this effect, but in your heart of hearts, do you believe that somewhere the Ark of the Covenant still exists?
Well, we've got a lot of information about the Ark of the Covenant.
Yes.
The one which is prevailing more than anywhere else, it is also mentioned in the book of Maccabees, that prophet Jeremiah took the Ark of the Covenant to Mount Nebo.
Yes.
That's the thing. So this is well known, and I see that you also know it. So why Mount Nebo? Because Mount Nebo is in Judaism a kind of a place of oblivion. You remember that Moses was buried there, and nobody knows where it was buried. But on the other hand, there is another story.
Yes.
The story says that one day a priest in the temple walked on the Temple Mount and suddenly saw a slab of stone, the paving slab of the Temple Mount, which was different from the other. So immediately he knew that this was the site of the Ark of the Covenant. So he went to bring two of his mates, two of the other priests, to come and show them the place. On the way, suddenly he stopped and he dropped dead. And then they understood that God doesn't want to know where the Ark of the Covenant is.
Yes.
And actually, that's what it is. Maybe God doesn't want us to know. But I'll tell you,
true.
I have another story for you, which is connected to that. If somebody asks me, if I may, if time permits me, it's a bit long, but not much long. Somebody asked me, tell me, why did the Romans destroy the temple? Why did the Romans destroy the temple? Is it a habit which was prevailing amongst the Romans elsewhere? I didn't have the answer, so I started to study it, and I found out a very interesting thing. The Romans, when they went to conquer a city where the gods were different from their own, they will take the statues of the gods and bring it to Rome as if to appease the gods, and then they can destroy the temple which is there, because the gods are already in Rome. That was the attitude. In our case, and now you'll understand why they took the golden vessels from the temple, because in the temple there was no statue which they could take, so they took the golden vessels and they brought it to Rome, and then they could destroy the temple, because the presence of the Lord, which they understood as the candelabrum and all the other things, the table of the showbread and all that, it was already in Rome, so they can destroy the temple. But here comes the story. We know that the temple, these objects were stolen by the Vandals when they made their encourages into Rome, and they brought it to Carthage, which was the capital of the Vandals. Carthage was conquered by the Byzantine Emperor Justinian. So he brought the vessels to the temple, to his palace in Byzantium. His advisors told him, don't do it, because every city where those vessels are is being destroyed. First Jerusalem, then Rome, then Carthage, and if you leave it now in Constantinople, in your palace, Constantinople will be destroyed. Do with it something, but send it away. In those days, he built an enormous church in Jerusalem, which is called the New Church of the Mother of the Lord. And he sent it as a consecration present to the place. So according to this historian who writes it, and he could write lies because he tries what he's an eyewitness for, so the golden vessels of the temple are in Jerusalem, not elsewhere, not in the Vatican, and some people believe not in Ethiopia. And not. It is in Jerusalem, so you understand what the prospect of archaeology is, to find the golden vessels which are in Jerusalem buried under the church.